Rio Puerco, Youngsville, New Mexico. And my family has been there for multi-generations, since the 1600s. The King of Spain had given us lands to the settlers here, and it was reinforced by the United States government uh, when we became part of the states. They said they would honor what they had given us, they would honor what they had said it was supposed to be, like sovereign, and it just didn't happen that way. And I think my dad fought all his life for the lands. It was very, very important to him, the herencia, okay, of our lands. So he started with that fight too, especially when they really started taking things away. I mean, really. So when they started coming in and actually taking away and selling our lands, it's like, wait a minute, that's not right. So that's when Reyes Tijerina more or less came into the picture. And it was good to have leadership because they were poor farmers and people, like I said, isolated. They didn't really know how to fight, but yeah, I know they started going to courts, and losing because of course the courts were biased. So they weren't getting anywhere. We tried to do it legally. We tried to do it the right way, going through the legal system. It didn't work out. So when Tijerina saw that, it was like, he rose up as a leader and a very powerful, eloquent, charismatic leader. I mean, there's a few things that you can get on the internet about him, not too much. Our cause was never important to other people. Like I said, we kept trying to do it the right way and they wouldn't listen. So when Tijerina came in, he started gathering people, and telling them, to defend themselves, that together, united, we could do something. Individually, we weren't able to. So he wanted to unite the people. And it's amazing, but some people, even our own, were like, come on, you're never going to do anything. So what kind of set off or started things in motion was we were supposed to get together, or we got together in Coyote, in the old schoolhouse. And when we got together and people started coming in, I think the cops came and they stopped everything. They stopped us, okay? So when they stopped those meetings, that's when we decided to do something, okay? I remember Patsy Tijerina, his wife, there was a sign there in Coyote, and in protest, we burned the sign, okay? Because, we weren't getting anywhere. They were not paying attention to us. So when that happened, that's when things started rolling more, and people started getting angrier and angrier. So, but still, nothing was happening. So, because they stopped the meeting, Tijerina decided to do a citizen's arrest of the district attorney. Things got a little bit out of hand. I believe one of the people there reached for their gun. They took the deputy sheriff and a UPI reporter as hostages. Okay? And I believe 2 got wounded in the process. They got the women and the children and they corralled them in a little corral, and they kept them there overnight. Okay? So that was pretty drastic, women and children, come on, they did that in Cangilon, which is next to Tierra Maria. But they went through the mountains from Tierra Maria to our property, our house, to my grandfather's house. Okay, so they crossed all that, which is, I don't know how far it is, but it's far. Okay, so they walked and they crossed the mountains and they ended up over there with my grandpa and my father, my dad, and to hiding. And at that point, they had put out, there were airplanes looking for them. They set out the National Guard looking for them, the state police. I mean, it was just like incredible. When they first got there, running away, my dad took their guns. He took I remember there being handguns, rifles and stuff like that, and he hid one gun at the house, one handgun. I still remember where he hid it. And the rest he gave to me. And he told me, "Mijita, go hide this. Hide him where only you know. I don't want to know," he told me. "Don't tell me where. You take him and you hide him." So I did. I always backed up my dad in everything he did. I was his backup. My mom was not in agreement. My sisters weren't in agreement, but I always did, and he knew. My dad knew. So I remember taking them food, okay, where they were hiding, and I would take them food, and that'll be with me for the rest of my life. All of us. I remember they agreed to meet a reporter, okay? So they told him, "Okay, we'll go get you." So they went and got him. They rode around with him blindfolded. They blindfolded him, and they took him all over the place to kind of just mess up his mind, where he wouldn't know where he was. And they took him to my grandfather's house, and they met with him there. All this took in a space of 5 days. Okay, and when Tijerina decided to just turn himself in, he asked my dad to drive him to Albuquerque to go turn himself in. And my dad, of course, he was so involved. He was, totally backing up this cause, because it was a cause for all of us. He said yes, he would drive him. So my dad told me, "Get ready so you can go with me." Okay. So back to where my dad was going to take Tijerina, he told me to get ready. So I said, okay. Of course I wanted to be with my dad, because I was very attached and very passionate about that cause also. So I went to the percha, which is the clothesline on the outside, to get a sweater. And I don't know what happened. I think this was God. They took off without me. So I went down and it's like, "Where are they?" And they had gone. They took off, okay? So they went through Cuba, and in Bernalillo, my dad stopped to put gas in the car. So Tijerina decided to get down, and I'm not sure what he was gonna do there, but they recognized him. He'd been in the media, the TV, every newspapers, everything. They recognized him and they called it in. In other words, they turned him in there. But he was on his way to turn himself in. So they surrounded them, surrounded them, and they put my dad and him in jail. Okay, I remember hearing on the radio over and over again. The amazing thing is this. Tijerina went to the court, and he defended himself. He didn't have an attorney. And he won. He won.